Okay. So, I'm gonna close the window so no one hears me talking to myself. So this is video number 2 on my quest of becoming literate. Fuck, I still can't say this word. How the fuck do you pronounce this?
Literate.
Literate?
Literate.
Literate? Huh?
Literate.
Literate?
Literate.
Literate?
Literate.
Literate?
Literate.
Literate?
Literate.
I can't fucking say this word. Anyways, I'm on my quest to becoming
Literate.
Today we have more jump main story. That's what we're gonna be watching today. I mean, I'm gonna be watching. You're gonna be watching this pedal version. Anyways, I have no idea what the main story is about. I honestly haven't seen any clips or any videos on it or anything besides Minori getting rejected 100 times from idol agencies. I have no idea what the story is all about. I'm just gonna assume that Minori somehow encounters all the other idol girls in the group and she gets them together some fucking how. I don't know how she does that. My take on the characters at the present moment is Minori at the top, under her is Airi, under Airi is Haruka, and at the bottom is Shizuku. Honestly, I don't have much opinion about the first three, besides their voice and occasional clips I see online. I don't really know much about them, but Shizuku, what I know of her character is that she's an airhead that's clumsy and bad with directions, and that she's considered to be very beautiful. I just don't like her character. I just don't like it. I've also heard a lot of people praising her voice and saying that it's like one of the best voices in the game. And I don't really listen to a lot of Jump music, so I can't really comment on her singing voice or anything. But her talking voice, oh, you were triggered that I said that Hanami's voice was irritating. You're gonna hate me so much right now. After watching all of the main Leonid story, I managed to get over my Hanami hatred. Hanami voiced hatred. But I really don't think that's gonna be the case for Shizuku. I just don't like them, like, mommy voice. Like the soft spoken words that are like so elongated. Not for me. I'm sure the voice actor is great. They're doing what they were told to do. But yeah, not my cup of tea. I don't really know much about the girls or anything. The Miku design is also kind of meh. Kind of on the lower end of the Miku designs. And yeah, that's what I think. So let's watch the opening, I guess. The opening words, we learn a little bit about Minori. And I actually somehow had no idea that she was considered unlucky and that she had bad luck and stuff. I guess I'm stupid. I don't know. Little Minori is so cute. She's so cute. Cute Minori card. Little Minori card. She's so cute. She's so baby. Again, the card looks really nice. A bit pixelated, but it's really cute. So this whole sequence so far is so cute. I know it. Little Minori is so cute. Oh my goodness. She's so precious. Honestly, I teared up a little bit. This sequence is so cute. Minori is so hardworking. It's so admirable. Minori accidentally plays Untitled and a world. Miku and Ren appear. Whoa, Hanami. I love Minori's character. She's so likable. Then Miku says some pretty cryptic shit to Minori. Something about there being others and that they're forgetting. Okay, Miku. Then it cuts to Minori and she's back to chilling on the rooftop. I think the sekai was all a dream. Just like Ichika at the beginning. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that everyone is gonna think this guy is fictional at the beginning. And then it cuts to Haruka, who is currently in the middle of quitting being an idol. So that's interesting. Anyway, opening ends with that. Honestly, this opening is so much better than Leonid. It's so much better. I actually feel very interested in what's gonna happen next. Like, why is Haruka being so depressed? Will Minori get accepted by an agency? What about the others? What are they doing? It's all pretty interesting so far. I'm actually kinda excited about the next episode. So I'm gonna watch it. Episode 1. The idol I admire. Okay, I just got to say, Minori's room is so cute. So freaking cute. All the little plushies on her bed. The idol mirror she has everywhere. Her whole room just looks so cozy. I would love to live there. Minori is such a lovable character. She's so hardworking. And she never gives up when she's determined to do something. It's so nice to see. Really refreshing and inspirational. Okay, so episode 1. It's pretty good. The pacing is great. And the information is interesting. Okay, so Minori gets rejected from her 50th. So I got that wrong. But that's still a lot of idol agencies to be rejected from. Then Minori finds out that Haruka has retired from being an idol. That must have been pretty shocking. Then Minori gets the bombshell that is Haruka going to her school. Isn't that crazy? But Minori, being the lovable, kind-hearted girl she is, doesn't bother Haruka about it. Doesn't come up to her or anything. I mean, she does go with a crowd to see Haruka and confirm that she is real and there. But she doesn't really bother her or anything, so good going, Minori. And she decides to support Haruka because she supported her so many years. She decided, well, if Haruka wants to be a normal high school girl right now, I support it. She supported me so many years. Why not? I should return the favor. Then Haruka is getting a bit overwhelmed in her classroom, so she goes to the rooftop for some quiet time where Minori is, and they spot each other, and the episode ends. It's a very solid first episode. I really like it. Minori is just a really good character. Everything with her just makes me all smiley and happy. I don't really have much to say about this chapter. It's just good. I'm kind of excited to see how episode 2 plays out. Wonder how Haruka reacts to Minori and how Minori is gonna act around Haruka when Haruka is acknowledging her. Very solid episode. Now on to episode 2 that is titled Make Up Your Mind. Make up your mind with an exclamation point. It starts with a lot of cute Minori moments, cute Minori fangirling moments. Her being considerate of Haruka, them getting to know each other more. And then we get an introduction of Airi Momori and Shizuku Hinomori. They come barging into the rooftop while having an argument about Shizuku quitting her idol group. Airi is pretty pissed about that. Airi is pretty bossy so far. She's pretty bossy. I mean, it's understandable that tensions are probably high or something. She just discovered that her friend, I presume, is going to quit the idol business. Then she discovers that someone has been eavesdropping on the conversation. She discovers that that person is Haruka and some random girl. The tensions are high. Haruka and Airi are scrapping a little bit. And then Haruka defends Minori. Oh my goodness. That was so cute. And when questioned why she was here in the first place, Minori states that she wants to become an idol. And the chapter ends. Honestly, this chapter was so interesting. Like, the tensions are so high. Haruka is still, like, depressed and stuff. Airi and Shizuku are having a fight. Like, so much is happening. Compared to Leonid, it's just bombshell after bombshell. It's so good. Like, I love it. Airi's fight with Shizuku gets a bit sidelined with the discovery on Minori and Haruka. It's kind of funny. I really like this sequence. I really like this sequence of events. It's kind of funny. But I don't really have anything to say. It's just good. It's very interesting. I want to see how it continues. So I'm gonna watch the continuation. Now we have episode 3, If You Try Your Best. So this chapter starts with Airi giving Minori a bit of a reality check. She's kind of mean about it. she's a bit mean about it. But Minori doesn't want to give up, and she's all like, I just have to try harder. Airi is not really into all that, but Shizuku defends Minori and says that Airi shouldn't trample on others' dreams, and that an idol should be giving others hope and stuff. Minori's so cute. Minori's motivation is so inspiring, man. It's just so inspiring. And then, ooh, Miku appears. Oh my goodness. And she invites them to the sekai. And then disappears. But Miku actually gave an idea to Minori. And that idea is to ask the other three girls to help her practice. Okay. And everyone is shocked at that. And the chapter ends. Another pretty solid chapter, but a bit less than this one. Kinda seems like a setup for the next episode. All the chapters have been pretty good so far. I don't really have anything else to add, I guess. Yeah, that was episode 3. Solid. Very solid. Then we have episode 4, because I'm an idol. Okay, so the episode starts with Minori somehow managing to persuade Shizuku to help her train. Somehow. I guess she's just that adorable. It's hard to tell her no. Then we have some cute moments with Minori and Haruka, where Minori tells Haruka why she became an idol in the first place. Then it cuts to Minori's first training session with Airi and Shizuku, with Haruka watching in the background, reading a book, I guess. No idea why she wants to do that when they're yelling all the time. But I guess it's better than being hounded by questions and fans. In Minori's training session, she's told to focus by Airi on how she introduces herself at the interviews before she gets to any dancing and singing and stuff. That she should focus on her strong points first and find what makes her unique and why the agencies would want her in their roster. Then it cuts to Shizuku and Airi leaving practice, and Airi tries to continue her previous conversation with Shizuku that got interrupted by Minori and Haruka. But because Shizuku looks very hesitant to saying anything about it, she just drops the subject and they part ways. Then we learn a bit more about Airi when some fans spot her. What I gathered about Airi from these last two or 3 episodes, she doesn't like that she's remembered for her variety show presence rather than her idol one. I wonder why that is. I guess she just wants to be remembered as an idol and be known from that. Anyway, okay, the episode has some more character personality exploration and some more about Airi and her backstory, I guess. On to episode 5. It starts with Shizuku card. It's very pretty, very pretty. Really tickles me. It's her mouth. She has just a little smirk. It's so funny. She looks so smug. It's so funny. Anyway, that's the card. It's pretty. Okay, so I guess that Shizuku is still practicing with her idol group in cheerful days. I thought she already quit, but I guess that's just rumors, and that she's only thinking about it, and that she's only thinking about quitting. And we learn that her group members talk shit behind her back, and that they're jealous of her. We also learned that that's a common occurrence. So there we have our reason for Shizuku wanting to quit. Then it cuts to Minori. She's finally managed to work out a good introduction for her interviews, but then she starts comparing herself to others and feeling a bit insecure about herself. So Shizuku reassures her and tells her some inspirational words that I'm guessing she heard from Airi some time before. Then we have a cute moment between Haruka and Minori, where Haruka worries about Minori's potentially twisted foot. It's really cute and heartwarming. Then Miku shows up. Oh my goodness. And she invites them all to the sekai, because she's getting a bit worried that they're down and kind of bad, not all that good. Minori is a bit confused by this because she feels fine. Then we get a shot of Haruka and she does not look fine. Wonder what's up with that. It's a bit funny because Airi is still convinced that Miku is just an advertisement. A bit of a very specific advertisement diary, but sure. It's kind of funny. Then the girls find and play on title on their phone, and episode ends. So this episode we learn a lot more about Shizuku, and there's some foreshadowing for Haruka later as well. We learn the reason why Shizuku wants to quit being an idol. She's more popular than her group members, and that makes them jealous and talk behind her back, accuse her of favoritism, and that she's just a pretty face. But then she says to Minori that being an idol isn't all about looks and that you have to be like pure of heart and shit too. This is probably sparked by her earlier conversation, and she wants to defend herself, saying that her looks aren't everything. Iku shows up, the girls enter the sekai, and that's it. It's pretty good. A bit short. Okay, so episode 6. We learn more about the sekai and sekai stuff. A little cute, funny moment between Minori and Airi, and Miko and Rin put up a show for everyone to cheer them up. The show goes great, it's awesome and cool. They play, I think, Idol Synthesizer or Viva Happy, I think. And the show invokes various feelings in the girls. Minori gets all energized and motivated to do better and work harder. Airi gets a bit sad because the show Miko and Ren are putting on is a show she always wanted to put on herself but wasn't able to. And Haruka reminisces on her time as an idol and how the view of all the blue light sticks reminded her of the ocean and how beautiful it was. And we don't really get an opinion from Shizuku about the show, besides that it's cool and pretty. After the show, Miko and Rin ask everyone how they feel and if they manage to cheer them up. Only Minori really answers, and then Haruka demands that they be let out of the sekai, and the episode ends. I thought that the chapter would be pretty weak because it started with an explanation of what a sekai is, and I already know that stuff. I thought it would be more like the Leonid one, but it actually wasn't. We learned quite a bit about the characters from their reactions to the show and everything. It was actually quite good. Honestly, I quite like the group's character. Everyone has quite entertaining personalities and stuff. It's quite good. On to episode 7, I think. Idols, troubles. Ooh, there's some trouble brewing. Who knows? Everyone slowly and sadly leaves the sekai while reminiscing about their old days and stuff. The only one left is Minori, and she's feeling all confused about why the others are so sad now, when they looked like they had so much fun during the show. Miko and Ren then reassure Minori, and then she leaves. Then we get some more Haruka and Airi backstory. We learn that Haruka feels guilty about something she did to another person, I guess. Probably a girl from her group or something. Maybe a fan. She probably quit because of that. Then Airi and Shizuku meet up. We get some more Airi lore, and then the episode ends. Okay, what I think about Airi. She used to be a lot like Minori when she first started being in the entertainment business, I guess. And that's why she's so harsh on Minori, because she doesn't want to repeat the same mistakes that she herself did. Doesn't want to Minori to experience the same disappointing emotions she did. Wants to protect Minori from that. We learned that after she got her big break in the idol business and got officially signed, we learned that she also at the same time started getting more variety show requests, and that her manager prioritized those above her idol presence, even though Airi never really wanted to be a variety show celebrity. So I'm guessing that's where her adversity, I guess, comes from, being known from the shows. Anyways, that's Airi from my POV. Yeah, this episode was really good. Yeah, I like the whole thing. It's all very good. The only thing that bothers me right now is that Shizuku's getting very sidelined for the others. We got the one episode with her group and everything, and then she just... So hopefully we'll see her more later and she doesn't become a background character. Yeah, and that's that. Episode 8. The episode starts with a little tiny flashback of Airi, which confirms some of my earlier statements. And then Airi and Shizuku fight. It's more just Airi shouting at Shizuku and Shizuku running away. Airi says some pretty mean stuff out of jealousy. And this reminds Shizuku of her other bandmates and that Airi was like her only support left. And now that she also thinks as everyone else of Shizuku, why even bother being an idol at all when everyone around her hates her and stuff? Then Shizuku has a flashback of when her and Airi met. Airi wanted to be Shizuku's rival. Very gay. But the meeting didn't really turn out how she wanted because Shizuku was crying. Shizuku said how she came to the idol business in the first place, and Airi says some pretty motivating words, I must say. Pretty nice. And cheers her up. And from that day on, they were friends. Well, until they had their fight today. Then we have a cut to Minori, and she's practicing alone on the rooftop yet again, because no one showed up. They were a bit too busy dealing with their own stuff. But then Haruka shows up on the rooftop, and Minori's all hopeful. Oh my goodness, at least Haruka showed up. But actually, Haruka just came to say that she won't be coming to the rooftop anymore. So, yeah, that's pretty rough. Minori. But Minori, in her good person fashion, isn't mad about that. She just again tells Haruka how much she likes her and how much she wants to be like her, and that she's not gonna give up and stuff. Then Haruka leaves, and she's like, being an idol isn't as sunshine and rainbows like Minori portrays it as. And that's the episode. This one is pretty freaking solid, man. It's pretty good. It's like really fucking good. Absolutely love all the conflicts that are going on right now. Everything is very interesting, and all the characters have their motivations and stuff that make sense, makes sense. They're flawed human beings. They make some mistakes here and there. Life isn't that great. That's it. On to the next one. Episode 9. So it starts with Airi being ignored by Shizuku and feeling pretty awful about herself for it, regretting the stuff she said before. Then Rin shows up to cheer her up and help her discover her true feelings, that she still wants to be an idol. Thanks to Rin, she decides to finally join Minori on the rooftop after what was probably like a couple days of just straight up ghosting her. But Minori doesn't care because she's just... Then Airi tells Minori that idols in the industry are bound to encounter a lot of challenges and hardship along the way, sometimes even before they make it to the first stage, and that being an idol isn't always all that fun. And this is what Haruka wanted to tell Minori last episode, but wasn't able to. My guess is that she probably thought Minori wouldn't be able to handle hearing something like that, that she would be crushed from seeing the person she looks up to ruining her dream a little bit. But Minori, of course, being the marvelous Minori she is, just says to Airi that she doesn't give a fuck and that she's gonna be an idol anyway, that she still wants to reach the ideal she decided on so long ago. And this inspires Airi to ignore the opinions of others, that they don't matter. Very good, Airi, very good. She then tells Minori her backstory, a bit of an abridged version, but she tells it. And she decides that she still wants to continue being an idol. Woo! She still wants to be an idol. And now she's going to join Minori in her rooftop training, but this time not as the coach. Then it cuts to Shizuku, and she's about to tell something important to her manager, but the episode ends there. This episode, honestly, is really fucking good. I fucking love this episode. Airi's character in this episode is so good, man. Minori too. They're both so good in this episode. I genuinely teared up a little bit when Airi and Minori were having their conversation. It made me emotional, okay? It made me emotional. Episode really fucking good. Really fucking good. Interested to see what happens with Shizuku next. Because I presume that the thing she wants to tell her manager is that she wants to quit being an idol and stuff. So we'll see how that works out. So that's episode 8. Now on to episode 9. On to episode 9. Never fucking mind. I mixed up the episodes. That was episode 9. Now it's gonna be episode 10. Airi is still worried about Shizuku and she still wants to apologize to her. And then she decides to tell Minori about their fight. About the fight they had. And Minori decides to help Airi apologize to Shizuku. But before they can, they find out about Shizuku quitting. Then they both run out to catch Shizuku and ask her about why she quit. They also, for some reason, grab Haruka along with them. I mean, Minori does that. What I don't understand is why she did that. As far as I'm aware, Haruka doesn't really know Shizuku like that. I guess she's there to just be Minori's emotional support or something. I don't know. Probably just plot convenience to have them all there. Shizuku then tells them why she quit. And Airi gets a little bit emotional about this. She feels really guilty and she blames herself for Shizuku quitting and that she stole all her happiness. And then she decides to just straight up run into the theater where Shizuku's former group is. And the episode ends. The start was very strong, but the middle and the conversation with Shizuku was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. I think the problem is that I just don't like Shizuku. The character motivations are a point. Like, Airi's a very emotional person. Haruka, she have no fucking clue what Haruka's deal is, but Haruka is there, and Minori just wants to help everyone. See, the whole conversation is a bit junky, I must say. The only person that really makes sense to be there is Airi. Minori is kind of there for I don't know why. I just don't feel that Minori and Haruka are close enough to Shizuku to be for the conversation. It feels very personal, you know? And yeah. Okay, since we're at the halfway point of the episodes, woo, I'm just gonna give a quick summary of what I think of everyone's characters so far. Minori, still my favorite. She's just happy to be there, honestly. She's just kind of happy to be included. She just wants to help. She's just adorable, honestly. She's very likable. Then we have Airi. I like Airi. She's a very emotional person, and that quality of hers makes her quite impulsive and do things that she later regrets. Honestly, I relate to her quite a bit. Then we have Haruka. Haruka so far has had very minimal screen time. Like, very, very minimal. I don't really have an opinion of her. She's honestly just a background character in my head. She's just there to help Minori. As far as I see it so far, after they resolve the Shizuku thing, they're probably gonna start introducing her conflict more, so I'm just gonna... Then we have Shizuku. I don't like Shizuku. I just don't like her character. Her motivations and everything make sense, make perfect sense. It's not really the writer's fault or anything. It's just a me problem. As I said at the beginning of the video, not my cup of tea. Just not my cup of tea. And now we're on to episode 11. Thank you for everything. Okay, damn. Shizuku's group is full of fucking assholes. Holy shit. See those kind of things to the face of Airi and Shizuku. Damn. Damn. So this chapter is basically just Airi confronting Shizuku's members and her and Shizuku marking up the chapter. I really love Airi's character in this. Oh my god, I really love it in this. I love how Airi honest is and how she's able to speak her mind so well. So Airi and Shizuku's former group members get into a bit of a fight. And then Airi just straight up wants to square up. just straight up wants to fight. Just straight up wants to fight them. And honestly, I hate that Minori stopped there. I would have loved seeing that. Oh my god, I would have loved seeing that. But yeah, it makes sense why Binary stopped her. I don't. it's just, it's just, it's just so funny. Out of love seeing Irie putting the shit out of them. But yeah, Minari stops her, and then they all have a heartwarming talk, and woo, Shizuku and Irie make up again, and they have some, and they have a pretty gay moment, if I must say. And that's the episode. I really like this episode. As you can tell, I'm already giggly and shit. I can't believe that I was about to just straight up beating them up. Oh, it's so good, it's so good. Love you, Irie. I took everything back I said last episode. Irie's my favorite. Love you, Irie. Love you, Irie. Yeah, that's all I have to say. On to episode 12. Idol qualifications. This episode is basically just Irie and Shizuku having a bunch of gay moments and making up with Minori and Haruka and the cocktail. That's basically what this is. Jesus. Yeah, so Irie and Shizuku make up and they both decide to become idols again, but this time they're together, like big two lesbians. Jesus Christ. Then Irie and Shizuku decide to join Minori in her rooftop training. So that's very cool, very cool. And then they decide to also recruit Haruka, but she shuts them down. We get a bit more insight into why Haruka quit. She feels that she isn't worthy of it. That's that. Awesome episode, awesome episode. I love me some gay Yuri moments. That's what I think of the episode. Next we have episode 13, titled Liar. I'm assuming this is gonna be a bit more about Haruka and the girl she disappointed. Damn. I'm feeling pretty emotional about this episode. Okay, I'm gonna try to summarize it, I guess. Irie, Shizuku, and Minori are feeling pretty worried about the stuff Haruka said about her not being worthy and that she doesn't deserve to be an idol and stuff. Then they talk a bit about Minori's application, and then they run into Mai, who used to be Haruka's group member in Asurna. I have no idea how to say that, but yeah. We have Minori fangirling a little bit. And then we get her backstory. And it's pretty sad, man. It's pretty sad. There's nothing she could have done to fix it, and that's just really depressing, man. And yeah, so she tells them her backstory, and the episode ends. Okay. So my thoughts on Mai, she's basically kinda Minori Junior, if I have to say so myself. She's just kinda Minori, but again, it seems Haruka has a bit of a type. Yeah, it makes sense why Haruka is so worried about Minori and stuff, with what happened to Mai before, and her hesitancy to help Minori and the others train. She doesn't want to be the cause of so much pain in a person again. Yeah, it's just really depressing stuff. Yeah. Really fucking good episode. Really good episode. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the next one. And that's gonna be episode 14. That which you gave. So the girls end up tricking Haruka to shop on the rooftop. And Haruka meets Mai. Mai apologizes and they have a little conversation. And Haruka admits to Mai that the reason she quit being an idol wasn't at all related to her. It had nothing to do with her. Mai calls her out on her bullshit a little bit, but Haruka doesn't let up and Mai leaves, I guess. Then Haruka admits that the whole situation with Mai was one of the reasons she quit, but it wasn't the whole thing and genuinely just doesn't have anything more to give. But Minori calls her out on her bullshit. Mai and Minori really do be the same person. But it doesn't really work because even if she wanted to, she cannot be on stage again. And that's how the episode ends. I wonder what's up with that. Why Haruka can't stand on stage anymore? Makes me wonder. The episode makes me wonder. So that's good. It's very short, honestly. It's just Haruka and my conversation and learning more about why Haruka quit. Yeah, that's that. On to the next episode. Episode 16, Blue View. Nope, that's wrong. It's gonna be episode 15. So close, yet so far. Well, okay, so Haruka is now suddenly more likable and relatable. Jesus. Okay, so this episode is pretty much just Haruka telling the other girls her backstory. Yeah. So she has trouble standing on stage because of the thing that happened with Mai. And even though Mai apologized and said that it wasn't Haruka's fault, she still feels that it isn't enough to fix her stage fright. Because her core value that made her an idol in the first place and the thing she believed in, giving people hope and working hard, was proven to be not always the correct solution. And I'm guessing this made her subconsciously not want to get up on stage anymore because she didn't want to disappoint any more fans with her message of working hard and having hope. Yeah, that's that. Airi and Shizuku try to stop Haruka from leaving, but she leaves anyway, I guess. Some scenes of everyone looking worried and stuff. Then it cuts to Minori in her room and she's feeling really guilty about the whole situation with Haruka. She feels that she caused Haruka harm by training in her vicinity, I guess. Even though Haruka could always leave and it was her choice to be there. But yeah, I guess okay, Minori. And then she decides to go to Sekai because she's feeling troubled and wants some advice on the Haruka problem. Yeah, and that's the episode. It's good. I like the Haruka development. It's really realistic, I must say. It's really realistic compared to Leonid main story. I wasn't expecting this to be so realistic. The portrayal of Haruka's stage problems and the whole my situation is just wow. Yeah, that's wow. Honestly, the whole mobile jump story is so good so far. Holy shit. It's like really good. There's very minimal bad moments in the story. And the pacing is so good and everything. Jeez. So good, man. Yeah. Episode 16. A Blue View. So Minori meets up with Miku and Rin and she tells her about her motivations of becoming an idol and how much Haruka is important to her and how she's worried about her and stuff. Then Miku and Ren decide to put on a show for Minori. And Minori watches the show from backstage, seeing the view that the performers have. Then she sees the blue light sticks that reminded Haruka of the ocean. And then Miku and Ren push Minori towards the opinion that Haruka still wants to be an idol and that she still has some desires of seeing the view of the light sticks becoming an ocean again. So Minori wants to show this view to Haruka and to convey her emotions properly to her. We have a shot of Haruka being sad and depressed and the episode ends. This is pretty much the same thing that was happening with Ichika and Hanami, but the same with Minori and Haruka. But honestly, this sounds a lot better than the Leonid story in my opinion. This is so much better. Yeah. Excited to see how Minori convinces Haruka. And yeah, this is nice. We have episode 17 to see that view once more. So Shizuku and Airi are worrying about Haruka and wondering what they can do to help her while on the rooftop. After practice probably. Then Minori walks in and gives them a solution. She gives in such a Minori fashion too. Then they go to Sekai and they practice. And it ends with them all wondering if they can reach Haruka with their performance. The episode is just filled with cute character interactions and little moments and stuff, and them all wanting to reach Haruka. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a setup for the next episode. So, on to the next episode, I guess. Wondering how it will play out. Episode 18. I hope I saw that day. So Minori and Airi just straight up kidnap Haruka. Yeah, they just kidnap Haruka and take her to the Sekai. And then they play their show. Minori dedicates her show to Haruka and the show starts. The show makes Haruka reminisce about her first solo show. and how the blue light sticks helped her move forward and stuff, and how they gave her hope. Then, after the show, Minori conveys her feelings to Haruka. And like just straight up confesses her love to her. Minori is so gay for Haruka, man. Those girls be so beautiful, I must say. The whole group is so beautiful. It's just full of lesbians. So Minori conveys her feelings to Haruka, but Haruka is still afraid and her legs are still shaking. So Minori takes her hand. Then everyone helps Haruka get on stage again. It's all very cute. And oh my god, it was so cute. Very heartwarming, very cute. I really loved the moment. Then Haruka looks at the light sticks again and she's all like, I want to be an idol again. This was my dream, it still is. I want to do this again. And then Untitled glows. And woo, episode ends. Honestly, good. It's very good. I like the episodes. Very cute. Very cute. Airi and Shizuku are a bit sidelined, but they had their moment to shine. So I guess that's survivable. Survivable. Yeah, very good, very good. The next episode is Newly Edgy Idols. Cute, cute. We're gonna get our 3D MV. So the episode starts basically with just it being Minori Appreciation Day and everyone thanking Minori and how she brought them all together. And it's all cute and cute. Everyone's so happy and cute. And they discover Untitled. And then they decide to perform it. And we have our 3D MV. Honestly, might be my favorite out of all the 3D MVs. The MV is just so iconic. Love the MV, love the MV. Then after the show, they discover what Untitled is called. We have more cute moments between everyone thanking each other, everyone being very appreciative of each other. Everyone's so cute and happy. And then it cuts to Haruka, who's telling Mai that she's going to be an idol again. And then Haruka says she's got an idea, and the episode ends. Yeah, it's good. It's cute. It's just everyone being cute and happy now. It's just very cute, very cute. Loved it. To the last episode. Finally, man. This took me so much longer than Leonid, I must say. I'm not really sure why. Okay, so episode 20, more, jump! Okay, so episode starts with Minori getting rejected yet again from an idol agency. Airi and Shizuku try to cheer her up, but then Haruka shows up on the rooftop and she tells them her idea of becoming a group together. Everyone is a bit surprised by this because they think that Haruka would be able to pretty much any agency she wanted and that everyone would be lucky to have her. She would be able to start right away. But Haruka tells them that she wants to be with the group of people that gave her hope. And yeah, Airi and Shizuku agreed to the whole group idea. And then we have a little cute moment with Minori where she doesn't think she's included in it, where she doesn't think that she's included in the group and that she tells them that she'll be their biggest fan and stuff. More Minori appreciation, some cute moments, and they all form a group together. And then Airi decides that they have to come up with a name right now, right this second. And so they do. They together come up with the name More Jump. More Jump. More because that's a habit of Minori's and Haruka like that habit. And jump because they're jumping to tomorrow and stuff. Then cuts to Miku and Rin and they say some stuff. And the episode ends, and that's the whole More Jump story. Woo! More Jump. Crazy. Okay, my thoughts on the story? It's very good. Very good. Enjoyed it immensely. Honestly, enjoyed it quite immensely. It's so much better than Leonid, I must say. It's so much better. The conflicts were handled quite well. the pacing was really good and stuff. They were pretty much next to none bad moments in the story. But honestly, all the talk of hope and desires and despair and stuff, it just reminds me so much of Danganronpa. I just can't. Every time I saw hope on screen, I just got reminded of Anagito way too much, man. Anyways, if I had to rate the story, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Maybe 9.5, but no, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It's 1 point short of the full score, just because I don't really like how the idol industry is portrayed. With how idols are treated in real life, I just don't know if I like all the hopeful messaging and stuff. That's just personal stuff. Onto the characters. I'm gonna start the same way as last. I'm gonna start the same way as with unit from my least favorite, and that's going to be Shizuku. Shizuku, yeah. Honestly, Shizuku is quite silent in the story. She's very much a side character in it. In my opinion, her whole conflict and stuff with her members is very much overshadowed by Airi and her development. Shizuku just doesn't really get a lot of moments to shine in the story, and I still don't really like her character. Yeah, I still don't really like it. Honestly, in my mind, she's kind of an accessory to Airi. Yeah, I'm gonna get flamed for that opinion so bad, but honestly, she just doesn't add a lot to the story, man. She's just kind of a support to Airi. She sometimes says some encouraging words to Minori or Shizuka. Shizuka. Haruka. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of disappointing, honestly. About her voice, the topic I brought out at the beginning of the video, if you still remember that, I'm feeling pretty I'm feeling pretty neutral about her voice, honestly. I used to genuinely hate it. She was genuinely one of the reasons I didn't want to read the MMJ story. So that's kind of embarrassing. Her voice is okay. I don't really have much to add. Her voice is just fine. The next on the list is, drumroll please, Haruka. It's Haruka. I by no means hate her or anything. She's good. She's a good character. I just like the remaining two a lot more. At the beginning of the story, Haruka doesn't really get a lot of screen time, and she isn't all that present in the story, besides being Minori's motivation. But later, when we get her backstory and the stuff with Mai, her former group member and friend, it all starts to be quite interesting. Her whole arc was quite interesting. Again, it's a lot better than the Honomi and Ichika conflict. Made a lot more sense. Yeah, she's fine. My only problem with her is that conflict and her whole trauma got resolved pretty quickly. Very quickly. It makes sense. It makes sense why it did. But yeah, the pacing was just a little bit off. I would have preferred if she got to sit on the show a little bit and we got to hear her thoughts and her answer to the show at a later date. During the show, she just suddenly decides that she wants to be an idol again. I'm just gonna shut up, honestly. I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just add some stuff in post later. Then we have my number 2 pick from the group, and that's gonna be Minori. She got pushed down by Airi. Ooh, who would have seen that coming? She's a very agreeable character. Her personality throughout the story is very awesome, very cute. Liked it a lot. She had very cute and funny moments with everyone. Her character was just very pleasant. But I don't really have deeper feelings than that. And that's where Airi comes in. Ooh, I okay, so Airi. I honestly relate to her a lot. Oh, she's just. I found her really relatable. Love her personality. She's just great, honestly. She's just great. She did overshadow the whole Shizuko conflict, but I can't really blame her for it because it was very enjoyable to watch. She's just awesome. She's just awesome, man. She added a lot of great moments to the story. The story wouldn't be the same without her. And that's the Marvel Jump main story. That was very good, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. My favorite story so far. I only watched Leonie besides this one, but yeah. Yeah, and that's that. Maybe I'll add some text to add some more opinions or something. But yeah,